Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a wonderful day or evening or whatever you're doing. But today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Now I've called this my shop my stash tutorial. You've probably all heard of shopping your stash and going back in and trying to use things that you kind of forgot about. I have done exactly that. Got my little shopping basket, went around the stash and found things that I had kind of forgotten about, and I also picked things that I think a lot of people would have in their stash because they were sort of in their heyday very much a buzz product. So I thought I'd also show you what they look like on the skin if it's something that you've always thought about and never got around to getting as well. Anyway, let's rewind to me about 20 minutes ago with no makeup on now. Right, here is my little shopping bag of stuff, and the first thing I'm going to pull out is the Laurent Mercier Foundation Primer. This is actually quite a nice primer. It's quite fluid. It's sort of like a sort of cream rather than sort of a silicone primer, which is sort of more like gel-like, I suppose. We're just going to chuck that on. This is just a standard one. Laurent Mercier has a whole host of primers, so stuff that will cater to your skin type. Right, now the skin is primed, let's chuck on a base. This one I thought was a golden oldie. This is the Matte Moisture Tint by Jouer. If you've ever used the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage, I think this is very similar, to the point where I don't think you need both. But lo and behold, I have both. I haven't used this in a really long time. Oh, hey! Ooh. My friend just told me the sex of a child, if you wonder what that text was. Well, I wasn't expecting that. It's like very much like a moussey texture. So I'm just gonna, here's my mirror, and a spoiler alert for what eyeshadow palette I'm gonna be using. I'm just gonna chuck this on my face. It's quite a full coverage one, and this is actually quite yellow toned. Oh, I've got to move my fringe. I've literally spent like the last 5 minutes trying to get my fringe sort of not looking janky as fuck. And I'm just popping that on my hands. Cool, so now I'm going to conceal. I actually picked out 3 concealers which I thought were golden oldies. I have been using the Lasting Perfection for quite a while, so for me that's not a golden oldie, although it kind of is. But yeah, so I got out Max Select Cover Up. I used to love this stuff, and I've probably had it way too long, but I thought I might as well finish it up. I've got the True Match Concealer by L'Oreal, which last year that was like big balling concealer, and also the Clarins Instant Light. Sorry, no, just the Instant Concealer, which is also something that last year was big balling. I'm going to go with the Max Select Cover Up because this is, although I'm sure there's a bunch of people that still use this on the regs, for me this is like OG. Anyway, I'm going to see sort of how gross this is because, as I said, I haven't used it in a while, so it could be really gross. I don't know, it seems alright. Tell you what, if you like baking, I reckon this concealer would be a very, very good one indeed. Now usually I would move on to eyebrows, but I've actually got a couple cream products that I want to use on my cheeks, so I thought I would do them now. I've got 2 for contour. I have got the NARS Matte Multiple in Altai. Yep, and I've got the Illamasqua Pigment in Hollow. I'm going to start with Hollow because it's considerably lighter than Altai, and then if I want to deepen it up I'll use that. And I'm going to be using the side of my thumb, but then also this small sort of buffing brush by Jouer. Right, so what I like to do with Hollow is get my thumb, sort of rub it on the side of my thumb and pop it in the hollows of the cheeks that way, because you can really sort of hone in where you want it. Whoop, like that there. And then if I grab this brush, give it a blend. Boom, there we go. So if you do have a cream pigment that you like to contour with, this is a nice little technique. Definitely blend it into my bloody sideburns there. Good job, Anna. I think I will pop just a teeny tiny bit of the matte multiple in, but I don't think I'll need much. What's quite good about the multiple is because sort of it's got angles, you can sort of draw that in on the side, no probs. A little bit, just a little bit. Right, there we go, sufficiently chiseled. I do also actually have a cream highlight, which is Luna by MAC. Now obviously you would use one which suits your skin tone. This is one of their cream colour bases. I also thought about using the Glow by Topshop, but again I just thought whilst I was using like pretty hard cream products I would use this one. I'm trying to think of the colour which most people go for. I want to say it's called something like Hush. I could 100% be wrong with that though, but this is really pretty for my skin tone. Whilst we're still on the face, we might as well completely finish it up. I am grabbing my NARS cheek palette here, but I'm going to be using Deep Throat by NARS, which is this colour right here. I just washed like a whole heap of my brushes, and this one is definitely still a little bit wet. As I pop it on my face, I can feel that. Oh well, we've got on this far, haven't we? Anyway, right, let's move on to brows. Now, this product probably isn't sort of in everybody's brow stash, but this is definitely what I used to use all the time on my brows. This is the Makeup Forever Aqua Brow. I even lost the lid for this one, and have like a hair grip to sort of poke through so it will stay usable, because that's how janky I am and how gross. But it's basically sort of just like a liquid brow colour, and the colour I use is even rubbed off. So I want to say something like 25 or 35. Has this actually dried up? Cool, so there's my brows on, and now I'm going to move on to eyes. And you may have seen me waving this about in front of you, but this is the Stila In the Light palette. I know they've changed their palettes, but I'm sure this was sort of like such a big palette for a really long time that you can still get this in some places, I think, but they've sort of like done a slow sort of transition into their new packaging and stuff. But I've still got the old one, and it's still a good, pretty solid palette, which is a little something like this. I think first of all I'm going to use a bit of Bare just all over the lid. Okay, and I think I'm going to also grab a little bit of Bliss and pop that through my crease, which is just sort of like a sort of muted sort of matte pink. Right, now back to my flat brush. I think I'm going to grab a little bit of Bubbly and sort of focus that in the centre and sort of to the outside. I'm then going to take a bit of Kitten and sort of focus that on the inner corners. Again, just using the same brush. I'm sort of focusing that on sort of the inner third, really. Blending it all together. And I think we go for a little bit of Sunset as well, and I'm going to focus that like right on the outside. And sort of up into the crease as well. So I've got some very sparkly eyes. I think I will take a bit of Bubbly just underneath as well, very roughly. I'm also going to use the eyeliner that came with this palette. I believe it's brownish, like a dark brown. It's one of the Stila Smudge Stick Waterproof liners. Just got a bit on my nose. No, I am going to put some eyeliner on. I'm not going to do it on camera, mainly because I get this close to the mirror, so I will be back in like 2 seconds with eyeliner on. Did you miss me? Anyway, I'm now back, so moving on to eyelashes, I'm going to use the Effet Faux Cils Waterproof Mascara by YSL. I've had this in my collection entirely too long, but yeah, I'm still going to put some on my eyelashes because I'm honest. To be fair, I think this is going to be pretty fucking dry, but you know, I'll make it work. Tell you what, this is actually a really nice mascara. I know it's expensive, but if you ever fancied like treating yourself to something bougie, this is a good one. I forgot how nice this was. Cool, and we've got one last touch, which is lips. Now this is one of the Rimmel London Apocolips lip lacquers, and this is in 101 Celestial. So let's give this a go, which is just sort of like a pinky colour. I forgot about these. And there it is, my Shop My Stash tutorial. I hope this encourages you to go dig around in your stash a little bit and find those products that you've been neglecting and act like you're shopping all over again. Go to Tiger and get one of these. Maybe don't. That's expensive. It's not expensive, it's like £3. Anyway, I hope you're having a lovely January, and I shall speak to you soon. Bye!